Hello, friends from across the nation and around the world. I'm Martin, and you are listening to Dad's Bedtime Stories. Tonight, we're going to be headed back into the spaceship universe with this suggestion. I will say it's kind of hard to hear, but I'll summarize later. Just have a listen.
Hi, my name's Arabella. I'm 10 in Nova Scotia, Canada. And I'd like a podcast about a kitty cat planet, but all the kitty cats are they look like foods. And we meet a waffle cat named Crunchy, and we become best friends, and he takes us on a magical journey. Thank you. I love your podcast.
Now, if you couldn't hear that, I believe it was from Arabella, who lives in Nova Scotia, Canada, and she wants a planet where there's cats that are food cats. And you become good friends with a waffle cat named Crunchy. Hopefully you could hear it well enough. I thought I'd include it even though I had a little bit of trouble hearing it myself. But now, it's time to get on to that story. Close your eyes, get as comfy as you can in that bed, and imagine yourself doing what the kid in the story does. You wake up on Spaceship once again. You stretch your arms and legs, quickly get dressed, and head out to the main part of the ship. As soon as you enter, you hear Spaceship's voice. Good morning. I believe I have found an interesting planet for today, Spaceship announces. All right, I'm in, you say. What is it exactly? Well, it seems that many creatures on this planet have taken on some of the attributes of various different foods. The result is a planet full of edible things and cats. Cats that look like food. Spaceship displays a picture on the screen. A picture you could hardly have imagined if you were asked. A whole bunch of cats, only they look like food. There's a waffle cat walking around like its entire body is made of waffles. There's a sandwich cat that kind of looks like a sandwich with a cat head and a little tail. There's fruit cats made of grapes or oranges or apples. There's even a burrito cat that, of course, looks like a wrapped-up burrito with a cat head and tail. Even stranger than that, the cat's surroundings look like they, too, are made of food. Fruit, treats, waffles, burritos, tacos, almost anything you could imagine just sort of growing up out of the ground. Why does that even exist, you ask? Well, as I have said before, in an infinite universe, there are infinite possibilities. One of those possibilities is this place, a food cat planet. Oh, right, well, I think we have to check it out. Set a course, you order. Understood, Spaceship responds, and then it veers off to the left and blasts through space at super hyperdrive. It doesn't take long at all before you jump into the orbit of a very strange and very colorful planet. Spaceship bursts through the atmosphere down below the clouds until you find yourself hovering over this food cat planet. You sweep low over the surface, and sure enough, all you see are walking foods, walking cat foods and, well, other food just kind of growing out of the ground. At least that's mostly what you see. For some reason, the food area stops abruptly. It's surrounded by some sort of artificial wall. On the other side of the wall, not much at all is going on. It looks like a few dogs or something like that are walking around, but the place looks absolutely desolate. You decide to land Spaceship right on the wall so you can investigate. The ship clunks down, and you press the button on your watch that causes a high-tech spacesuit to fold out around your body. With the spacesuit active, all you have to do is think about flying, and your little blasters on your feet and hands activate themselves. You float up in the air, the back hatch opens, and you zoom out of the spaceship, looking at the weird food cat area on the left and the desolate area with absolutely nothing in it on the right. Nothing other than an extremely cute-looking puppy dog. In fact, it's so cute that you can't help but fly down towards it and say hi. You land on the ground in front of the dog and reach out your hand. The dog immediately barks with joy, runs over, and presses its head up against your hand. "Aw, you're a good puppy," you say, and the dog jumps into your arms. "All right, I guess you want to come with me. Well, I'm going to go explore over there. Come on, buddy." You activate your jets again and fly up into the air, over the wall to the other side, still holding the little puppy dog. You begin to walk around through the area. There's giant tacos sticking up out of the ground, giant waffles sticking up out of the ground, ice cream cones, candy, fruit, vegetables, sandwiches, crackers, almost any kind of food you've ever seen. And walking between these giant pieces of food are living food, living cats, shaped or, well, somehow designed like food. The puppy you're holding sees something off in the distance. You're not sure what, but it immediately jumps out of your arms and begins to run. "Hey," you say, but it's already too far gone. Oh well, you found it in the middle of nowhere, so you're pretty sure it's going to be fine. You continue to explore through the area. Spaceship? Are these things edible?" you ask. "My scans indicate that most food items are fully edible. Feel free to have a feast." So as you walk, you retract the helmet of your spacesuit, and you begin to pick up little bits of food. A chunk of some sort of waffle plant, a little bit of pancake, a bite of a sandwich, a handful of candy that was just growing out of a bush, and even a piece of licorice. The cats don't seem too worried about you, but as you walk forward, most of them retreat and hide beneath the different foods on the planet. That is, all the cats but one. One cat sees you coming, looks straight at you, and walks straight towards you. It resembles sort of a waffle. "Well, hello," the cat says. "Oh, you can talk?" "Of course I can talk. You can talk too," the cat says. I guess that's true. you respond. What are you doing here? Well, I'm just kind of an explorer, you explain. I travel from planet to planet, checking out different things and meeting different creatures, like you. What's your name? My name is Crunchy the Cat. Well, Crunchy, any chance you'd give me a bit of a tour of the planet and tell me about this place? I've seen a lot of strange things in my day, but I've never seen a planet of food cats. Oh, yes, Crunchy would love to give you a tour. With a flick of its tail, Crunchy sort of summons a gigantic waffle out of the ground. It just sort of starts to grow. It gets larger and larger until it's the size of like the kind of tube you'd pull behind a boat. Climb on, Crunchy says. Not knowing exactly why, but also not wanting to offend the talking waffle cat, you climb aboard the strange tube-shaped waffle. Crunchy jumps up on top of it as well. Then something even more unexpected starts to happen. The waffle takes on a slight glow and rises up above the planet. Oh, wait a second. You can grow waffles? You can grow flying waffles? You say? Of course I can. All cats on this planet have a certain affiliation to a certain food element. They can create that food and command that food in any way, Crunchy explains. That's a super strange power. Is it? Crunchy says. I did not know it was strange. Anyways, would you like the tour or not? Yeah, you say. I'll take the tour. So, Crunchy flies you high above the planet, looking down at all of the different sights to see. That is Chocolate Mountain, where the chocolate cats live. Each is a different kind of food cat, but all of them are in some way chocolate. The mountain is covered in all sorts of different chocolate foods. Ice cream, cookies, brownies, pretty much anything you could think of. And it all looks absolutely delicious. Over here, we have the Juice River. This river is maintained by our liquid cats. You look down on the site below, and sure enough, there's cats that look like they're made entirely of liquid, different kinds of juice. You're pretty sure one of them might be made of milk, too. They just kind of flow along, forming into very cat-like shapes at times and very water-like shapes at other times. The river itself is full of all sorts of different colors of liquid. It looks tasty, but possibly cross-contaminated with all of the different types of fluid. Over here is where the breakfast cats live. You look down to see cats made of bacon, a cat that actually just looks like a gigantic egg, a cat that looks like pancakes, and a couple more cats that look like waffles, just like Crunchy does. That's where I'm originally from, Crunchy explains. You continue to fly over the cat planet, seeing cats made of sandwiches, cats made of meat, cats made of desserts, and even one cat that resembled a ramen noodle bowl somehow. You soon fly towards the wall again. What's the wall for, and why is nothing beyond it? you ask. Oh, that is because once upon a time, my people were almost completely wiped off the face of this planet. You see, we are not the only inhabitants. There are also the replicating dogs. The, replicating dogs? What are those? You ask. Well, the replicating dogs have an insatiable appetite. If they see food, they eat it. And if they see food cats, well, it's difficult for them to tell the difference between food and food cats. Before the wall was put up, we had no protection from them. They would eat the food we spawned and replicate into more dogs. The whole thing could get out of hand very quickly. In only a matter of a half hour, the dogs can replicate many, many times. With more dogs, more food is eaten, and more dogs are created. Luckily, some of our parents built the wall and built this cat sanctuary inside, a place where we are free from the replicating dogs. Those dogs don't happen to look really, really cute, do they? You ask. Yes, they are meant to look cute, so we will try to feed them. But don't be mistaken, that is a very bad idea. Right, you say. And, the puppies, can they also replicate? You ask. Yes. In fact, the puppies replicate even faster than full-grown dogs. They are the most dangerous thing. Right. The thing is, Crunchy, I might have kind of let just then, your speech is interrupted by a whole bunch of chaos below. What is going on down there? Crunchy says, looking over the side of the flying waffle. Oh dear, replicating puppies. Many replicating puppies. You look over the side of the waffle and, sure enough, a whole bunch of puppies, absolutely identical to the puppy that you, lifted over the wall at the beginning of the adventure. Oh no, they must be stopped quickly. Without any hesitation at all, Crunchy the Waffle Cat dives down atop the waffle. It flicks its tail, and more giant waffles start to grow out of the ground. One by one, Crunchy begins to send the waffles towards the dogs, scooping them up and flying them over the edge of the protected area. Quickly, everyone! We must get them out of here before they can reproduce too much. Back over the wall. With that, some of the other cats realize that they better help as well. Soon, all of the cats begin flicking their tails, and a whole bunch of different kinds of food start to suddenly grow out of the ground, and then fly into the air. In an instant, there are hundreds of pieces of bread, hundreds of sandwiches, hundreds of brownies, hundreds of strawberries and blueberries and apples, hundreds of tacos, and, 50 or so of those ramen noodle bowls, all flying around, zipping around the cat area, and slamming themselves into very cute-looking puppy dogs. One by one, they fly up over the walls, and drop the puppies down. Feeling, at least partially responsible for this problem, you jump off of the waffle, activating your thrusters once again and taking to the air. Spaceship, does this have some sort of tractor beam on it or something like that? You ask. Yes, activating tractor beam cannons now. 2 cannons shoot up from each of your wrists. You aim one of them at one of the puppy dogs, squeeze your fist, and a beam of golden light shoots out and connects to the puppy dog. You then sort of lift it up in the air, put it over top of the wall, and let go, allowing the replicating puppy to gently fall to the ground. You continue to fly through the area, capturing a puppy with your left tractor beam and your right tractor beam, flying over the wall and releasing them. The replicating pups do their best to eat as much as they possibly can. And as soon as they do, they begin to glow and, well, then they just kind of split into 2 puppy dogs. Even with you and all of the cats getting rid of them as quickly as you can, well, it's not an easy problem to solve. Spaceship, I think we need a little help. You happen to have any drones or anything that could round these things up? Understood. Releasing drones, Spaceship says, and soon you see a whole bunch of glowing lights floating towards your position. Glowing lights that turn out to be robotic droids. The droids fly around and join the battle, scooping up puppies in little nets and dropping them over the side of the wall. The help from Spaceship is exactly what you need to turn the battle around, and before very long at all, you can't even see another puppy in the area. Spaceship, any way you can scan just to make sure there aren't any left over? Even one of these things could cause great havoc. Scanning area, Spaceship says. The droids fly over top of your head and shine down a bright light on the ground below, scanning the entire area for any signs of any hiding, replicating puppies. 1 life form found. One of the droids flying in the air begins to blink a red color, pointing a laser beam down towards the ground. You fly over, follow the beam below, and sure enough, tucked away, eating at a brownie that's just sort of growing out of the ground, is a single, very cute replicator pup. It begins to glow and splits into 2. You quickly grab both of the puppies, take off to the sky, and land on the other side of the wall, letting them each go. Then you fly back to the food cats and land in front of Crunchy. I think that's all of them. Well, thank you so much. Without your help, and the help of those flying metal things, we probably would have been overwhelmed. Now, we must investigate how the puppies got here in the first place, Crunchy says. Well, the thing is, it's kind of my fault. I was trying to tell you that when we first noticed them. I saw a really cute-looking puppy on the other side of the wall, and I gave it a ride inside. Oh, Crunchy said. Well, thank you for helping us fix the problem, but no thank you for helping us cause the problem, Crunchy says. Yeah, that's fair, you respond. I'm really sorry. I didn't know they were replicating puppies. Honestly, I should probably start doing a little more research before I just go, doing things on strange planets. That would be an excellent idea. An excellent idea for another time. Because now it is time to eat. With that proclamation, all of the cats gather around. They all wag their tails, and food of all different kinds begins to just sort of grow out of the ground and float around in the air. The cats take turns eating the different kinds of food, tasting what the other cats can make, and they're all very happy to share with you. As the food floats by, you grab a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Any kind of food you can imagine flies before your eyes. All you have to do is pick it out of the air and take a bite. It doesn't take long before your stomach is absolutely stuffed, along with most of the cats around you. In less than a half an hour, every single one of them is just lying on their sides, sleeping soundly. Something that feels like a very good idea for you as well. Well, Crunchy, you say, I think I better head out now. Thanks for the meal and, well, thanks for not being too mad about the replicating dog thing. Oh, Crunchy says, partially waking up from his food-induced slumber. You are welcome. If you come back, do not bring dogs over wall, Crunchy says. Understood, buddy. No problem at all. You jump into the air, instantly activating your thrusters, and fly back towards the spaceship. The back hatch opens, you land inside, and press the button on your watch, deactivating the suit. Almost immediately, the ship hums to life and lifts up off of the ground. It flies up through the clouds, breaks through the atmosphere, and jumps to super hyperdrive once again. You, on the other hand, just lay down on the couch. As soon as your head hits the pillow, your eyes become very heavy, so you just allow them to close, and you focus on your breath. With each breath, you imagine your muscles relaxing a little more. You imagine yourself sinking down into the couch as if you're sleeping on a fluffy cloud. And as you do, your mind begins to wander off to thoughts of new dreams and new adventures to come. Good night, everyone.